Hello, YouTubers. This Bigbabysld. I'm back. This here is a special edition video. I've been making videos on YouTube for the YouTube comic book community for, I guess, over 3 years now. And I was looking back, and excuse me if I take pauses, I got a cup of coffee over here. I look back at my original Captain America video. Now mind you, I haven't bought any new old comic books since the last video. But I was looking through some of my videos from 3-4 years ago, and I was kind of disappointed. If you go back to 2010, I have my original Captain America video. But I was kind of disappointed because back then I had a lot of comic books with I had 2 comic books in each casing, and it was sloppily done. You know, they weren't in order. I would have issue 240 on this side, and this side it would be issue 400. You know, nothing was in order. If you look at the video, everything's not placed right. And now all my comic books, one day I just sat here. I have about 5,000 books. One day I just I ordered the plastics and the boards, and I just pretty much redid 90% of my collection. And now let me show you my entire Captain America run. Every issue that I own of Captain America. And we're going to start off with these Steranko reprints. The special edition, I believe Steranko did these. I'm going to start off with this one. These are special edition reprints. This is number 1. And number 2. No, nothing's on the back anymore. 1 comic per plastic and board now. And I'm going to show you my whole run of Captain America's, every issue that I own. So sit back, this is going to be a long ride. Let's start off with the annuals, number 1. I'm not even sure if this is an annual or just a special edition. No, an annual. Okay, number 1. I got comic books where they're like giant size special edition number 1 and then annual number 1, and it kind of messed me up until I actually looked it up. See, now I don't have number 2, so eventually I'm gonna have to get annual number 2. So we're skipping straight to 3. The core of my collection is in the 1980s. That's when I was a child, actually, when I was a teenager, actually buying the books. And as the years went on, I would fill in the gaps. Like this one. This one was an eBay buy. I love comic books where superheroes and villains meet up for the first time. It's not the normal villain or the normal superhero that they would go up against. And King Size Annual number 4, we have Magneto taking on Cap. That's something you don't see every day. Annual number 5. Let's see if I bring this down a little bit. Get the whole book in. Annual number 6. Number 7. I like this cover. Looks a bit corny, but I like it. And number 8. I love this cover. Excuse me while I Take a sip of coffee. Now here, everybody knows I'm a Bronze Age man. Most of my comics are 70s and 80s. This is the earliest Captain America I own. Let me see if I can get better lighting. Alright. This is the earliest Cap I own, issue 140. Captain America and the Falcon. There are gaps. Eventually I will fill them. But I do have a pretty big run. 151. 154. Oh yeah, like somebody chewed on this. Eventually I'll replace it. 157. 158. Like I said, you've seen all these comics and various other videos, and I do have a Captain America video from 3 years ago. I just didn't like how it was made. Everything was out of place. Nothing was in order. And as I got back issues along the years, I would throw them in various videos. Here's issue 160. And skip to 166. 168. I'm a big Captain America fan. When I was a kid, a lot of people in my comic circle were not really into Cap. I just always liked the corniness of the guy. I dig him. This is 169. 170. 171. Here we go. Just trying to get rid of that glare. 176. Oops, excuse me. 176. Let's skip all the way to 180. Steve Rogers' first appearance as Nomad. 181. 182. 183. This is the issue Steve Rogers' replacement. The new Captain America gets killed by the Red Skull. 184. Oh, missing 185. Here's 186. Red Skull on the cover again. 189. 191. We got a big gap here. Issue 201. Now I know what I have to get. I'm missing 10 issues. So, and I like to have issue 100s, 200s, and 300s. They always usually double-sized issues. But I got a big gap from 191 all the way to 201. That's okay. It'll get filled in eventually. Yeah, 2 issues of this. 203, as you can see, this is a reader's copy. You have a certain Brainiac decide to tape all of this up. I guess not to damage the spine. but he pretty much ruined the book. But it's a reader's copy, so eventually I got me a mint condition. Issue 203. 212. 213. 216. 219. 220. 221. 222. I always dug this cover. Got all Honest Abe there kicking a little ass. 223. 228. 229. 230. We know who Fist that is. 231. I just recently bought this issue. 232. 233. 234. Daredevil on the cover. Another Daredevil cover. 235. 237. 238. And originally I also didn't like the videos because I believe in the beginning when I first got on the YouTube, your videos couldn't be any more than 10 minutes longer. I mean 10 minutes long, excuse me. And now you can make them the length of whatever you want. So now I can take my time. Early I was rushing, showing all these comic books, trying to cram them into 10 minutes. 239. 240. This is another one I recently just got purchased off the internet. 241. Punisher cover. 242. 244. 246. 2 skip all the way to 251. See, this is what I was talking about again. I bought this because I knew this was a Mr. Hyde. That's a Mr. Hyde cover. It's just this is the type of villain hero combination I really never seen before, and these are the kind of comics I like to get. That was a two-parter, so I knew I had to get the second part. I got this off the internet, especially when I saw Hyde on the next issue, so I knew I had to get this. That was 252. This 254. $255. I like that cover. $256. I need another copy of that. This one could be better. It's peeled back here. There's a little fold right there. $258. This is something you don't see every day. Captain America against the new Spider-Man. Well, this is back in '81. It's Captain America and Doc Ock. $261. $262. $263. $264. $265. Spider-Man. $266. $267. Not to be sold. Wonder why they always stamp them like that. $268. $269. Team America. This comics almost a reader's copy. I'm gonna need another copy of this. $271. Cap in the Ring. $273. $274. $275. I'm gonna need another copy of this. Another genius decided to tape up the spine with Scotch tape. But this is not really a key issue or anything. I believe this is the issue. His old girlfriend Bernie discovered his secret identity. It's a nice colorful cover. $276. $277. I actually brought this comic book in 1982. I had my own run. I remember I actually bought in the store. So I've actually held on to this comic book since '82, and you can see some wear and tear on the spine. That I have had this comic book for about 30 years. 31. And same with this one. $278. $279. $280. I had two issues of this. This is one of the original ones I actually bought when I was it was made in '83, so I bought it when I was 12. This is a reader's copy. The cover done fell off the staples. You got Spider-Woman in this issue, but I did go buy mint condition. I eventually ordered a mint condition one. Issue 282, the new Nomad. And here's a reprint of issue 282. You can tell the difference. This cover is gray. This one has its color in it. The background on this cover is gray. For some reason they decided to reprint the first appearance of Nomad, issue 282. 283. 284. 285. 286. 287. 288. 289. 290. 291. 292. 293. 294. Got a good little run going here. I like this issue. It's an origin story of the Red Skull. This kid had a brutal childhood. It's 303. And 304. I had pretty good run going on there. Now I'll skip straight from 304 to 308. Armadillo. $310. $311. Especially, I really need to fill in these little gaps. I'm missing 1 and 2 books in between issues, so I want to try to fill in those little gaps. It's 312. 313. 315. 316. Armadillo again. 317. Hawkeye on the cover. Here's another fine mess you've gotten us into, Hawkeye. That was my bad Captain America voice. 318. 319. I don't know if this guy's still around, the Scourge. He's going around the Marvel Universe just killing all like the C-level villains. Mostly C-level. No Big Thomas. Scourge again. I wonder if he's even still around, or at the time, was this in '86? There might have been more than one. There's a nice cover, 321. $322. $323. $324. $325. $326. $327. $328. $329. $330. $331. $332. This is back in '87. The government was coming after Steve Rogers, and I kind of forgot the storyline, but he gave up his identity as Captain America. Who will be the new Captain America? Here's the new Captain America and Bucky, issue 334. If you remember the other issues, let me see. 327, that's John Walker. And they hired him to be the new Captain America. And you have an African American Bucky. $335. $336. $337. Here's the return of Steve Rogers. Now he just calls himself the Captain. There's Nomad, D-Man, and the Falcon, and his Hawk Redwing. $338. $339. $340. $341. Cap versus Iron Man. $342. $343. $344. $345. $346. $347. $348. 349. Now Bucky calls himself Battlestar. I gotta look it up on Wikipedia, see whatever happened to him. Because I know John Walker became U.S. agent. Alright, here's issue 350. Captain versus the new Captain America. Double size, of course. 351. Steve Rogers back in the Captain America uniform. Alright, that's the end of that streak. Skip all the way to 356. Yeah, I'm getting some big gaps. I guess this is around the time I really stopped collecting modern books at the time and just started focusing on back issues. And this is way back in 89. At this point, about 24, 25 years ago, I was just completely focusing on back issues, but I was sporadically going to the comic shop, and if I saw a cover I liked, I picked it up. And if I see the Submariner punching Captain America in the face, I'm going to pick it up. So that was 365. 366. $367. Magneto versus the Red Skull. $368. $369. $370. $371. I have 2 issues of $397. I think one of my sellers gave me one as a freebie. And ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, issue 401. This is the last Captain America comic book that I own, because I basically focused on back issues. So, wow, that was a lengthy video, 33 minutes. But that is my whole entire Captain America run for now. Of course, eventually I will get more back issues of Cap. But I start with issue 140, my earliest issue, and I end at 401. And I think I have annuals 3 through 8. Alright, YouTubers, I will come back with more of these special videos of past videos. This time I'm going to do them right. No more double-sided issues. Everything is single. It's better that way. And it just looks better and looks neater. Alright, YouTubers, this is Big Baby SLD. And I'm out.